All right, so the new Garmin units I installed have exposed the cranking battery, which also powers the units. Having the bigger units and transducers draw more power. And what happens is the battery is a little tired. It's original from 2018, and it just brings the voltage too far down to where you can't crank the engine if you're, just trolling for too long. So it has a Group 24 battery, which I'm told that's a little bit small for newer electronics. So I'm measuring to see if we could fit a larger battery, and it's like too tight unless I make some modifications. So that's what I'm going to try to do. So really the issue I have is the distance from the side of the boat to the battery is not wide enough to fit a larger battery. So what I'm going to try to do is create some more space by trimming off some of these tabs here on the side of these batteries that have a handle. And I could get some more room here and squish these batteries together and hopefully move the tray. And I'll have to modify the one tray that's for the cranking battery, and I'll just trim the side so the battery has room to go side to side. So that's the game plan now. I'm going to pull these batteries out and trim the sides to see if I can get them closer together to gain. I need about like 1.5 inches. So if I could accomplish that, I think we'll be in good shape. All right, before we go any further, I do acknowledge that cutting the handle off is going to be pretty inconvenient to move batteries that probably weigh over 50 pounds. But it's going to be even more annoying if I am out in the lake and the battery is too far gone to start the engine and I have no jumpers or whatever the case is. So if I could fit a bigger battery for the inconvenience of removing these, and then so be it. My next batteries will have handles in the middle. So I'm just going to use a grinder with a cutoff wheel to cut the plastic part off. All right, we got that the handle that sticks out clearly off now. So hopefully we could put one of the batteries in, then see how far over we got to move the one tray for the center battery, and then obviously continue to move them over. So let's get them back in the boat. Okay, I got the trays out. This is the cranking tray, the smaller one. Then this is the center battery. So this center battery is actually going to move over a little bit. This lip is in the way. And then the new battery is going to have to go over this lip and approach this lip as well. So I'm going to cut this lip, and this one, and leave the rest. I could get different trays, but I guess I'm frugal like that, where I'm just going to try to make this work with what I got. So let's go ahead and cut those lips off. That way the battery's free to move around. And yeah, hopefully that does it. All right, I got the edges cut out, so we can go ahead and remount these and then make our final measurement. Okay, so now that we got the batteries tight, that gives us a total of exactly 13 inches. And the battery I'm looking at is 12.91. So it's gonna be pretty snug, which is actually probably a good thing. So I'll go ahead and get the battery, and then we'll be able to fit a group 31M, hopefully right where it needs to be. I'll probably need to pull the center one out, put my cranking one in, and then put the center one in, so I won't button anything up yet. Yeah, let me go get the battery before it closes. Okay, so I bought a 31M battery. It's supposed to be good for cranking an engine and all the electronics. It's a dual purpose and deep cycle battery. 31M, we're gonna get it to fit, but maybe that's a little excessive. You know, you kind of go down a rabbit hole with the batteries, and you know, part of me is just like, forget it, I'll just get whatever battery I can fit. That's the biggest. So so let's go ahead and get these batteries in here and see how it plays out. All right, we got all the batteries in. It's a nice snug fit. They're not going to move around much. So everything looks good. I'm just going to button up and tie all my connections together. And we should be good to go at that point. Everything else is pretty simple, pretty standard operation at that point. So yeah, so 31M fits. I'll see how it goes. If it performs awesome, you know, I think it's maybe a little bit too big of a battery for what I really needed, but if I ever get live scope and other electronics, it'll be nice to have that extra capacity. So yeah, so that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.